for round 2 on Partial Storm. I restarted the stream, so we get it in clips this time. Alright, let's see if the Chinese side with 11 versus 14, these numbers are not looking good for Fury Divine, although they won last round. Now currently have Juno, Cypher running for core company respective Blackwater. My cat is from the SBS squadron currently since the previous captain left. Chillum is running Dragon Company still. He's the captain of that. The KPD is being run by the TC Duke. They lost their leader, Jimshock. And the KSK squad is led by Tom currently. 10 members for the Chinese Jews have 14. Alright, we're back on. The round started us off. The Chinese are choosing a Rib and a Little Bird, while the Americans are choosing an Attack Bird and a Little Bird, as well as a PVD. Chillum, Ethnics, and Duke. The Chinese are going heavily for Delta and I think Charlie Echo. My cats for the SBS squad attempted to jump down to Charlie, we failed to do so. Dark Type from Blackwater secured Bravo. Currently we got Pure Divine and Saul. Both generals are racing for Echo. The Americans have taken 3 flags. The Americans this time around are Saladin, which lost round, but they have more members this time around. Fury Divine are swinging around Echo, will be able to secure that, at least until Saladin decides to do something different when he dies. Delta is being attacked with an easy Echo capture. I'd say that Chinese are getting it a little bit easier than they should. Currently 1 American member alive, lots of Chinese members. Alright, we got 3 Americans now, 4 Chinese on Charlie flag. And Tom taking up his sniper position. My cat's down on the 2nd floor. So currently the roof on the 2nd topmost floor are American, while the bottom floors are Chinese. And we got the General Salvo doing a little hambo on the ground. We also got a Rib led by Juno trying to fire from safe distance. Not a lot of deaths here. The flag is being slowly turned American. This seems to be the main fighting ground right now. With two squad leaders left for the Chinese, they might be able to get this. It's my cats, and it's Blackwater's Dark Cipher. American squad leader Ethnic spawned in again. They're grabbing Charlie again. As we can see on the other parts of the map, it's dead. This is a very big map, even if some members are dead, the main fighting is done on Charlie. We got Ethnics taking out the squad leader Mycats, securing the Charlie position. Fury Divine chilling with the American and Dragon, moving into Delta. Currently the kills Ethnics are doing a lot better than anyone else, but the fighting seems still around Charlie. Charlie seems to be rather secure, but we got two members of Blackwatch in the trenches. They're leaving Charlie 2 openly, they're gonna lose it. Currently it's not that much of a threat. Echo is still being held without anyone there. Delta has a member. Alpha is getting captured over here by an attack boat. And a squad leader Juno in the core company. SDX is also core company members. We got Dragon with Razor and Vladimir trying to get back Alpha. I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to do it. Not just the two of them. Chinese secured second attack boat with Fury Divine. They're currently holding the bleed with 11 versus 13 numbers. Charlie's still have Lemmy Grumpy and the Blackwatch guys running around there. Currently 2-1-2, which means that the flag might start flashing if one of them dies, or the Chinese spawning more members. We just got drop shot also spawning in, which means the Charlie flag is going to go grey. Alpha flag is still being protected by the Dragon members, and they're somewhat flashing it, but with attack boat they are not seeing it being held. Friendly attack boat coming in for the Dragon company here with Chillum. Question is if they're gonna win it. They're gonna win the flag, but they're losing the boat battle. Although both boats ended up dead. Only Tom dropping in to try and get back Charlie, but Charlie is being held right now by the Chinese. The Chinese are back in the bleeding. Although they're losing it again. Only Tom dies. Ethnics dies. Chris Petro is still alive as only member. And it seems that this building is being taken down. Ethnics is back on the ground with Tom. We got Lathalis on Blackwatch or Core. Fighting over Charlie. And the fight is dead on the main island again with, we got one company over here, 1.5 company over on this main island. The Americans are losing and holding so much battle. Two companies on an island, one on each flag. while Chinese are doing a much more fight where the fight is kind of way and winning at it. Currently, the whole Chinese army in Charlie flag. Two people in the dead. Americans need to do something other than defend their flags if they're gonna win this. 12 versus 12 are the numbers right now. And the Chinese are holding on rather strong with a 60 ticket lead. As we can see on the Charlie flag, we got one attack boat outside, leaving it. Charlie flag is still very, very heavy Chinese number-wise. We got one Lemming Rumpy over at Alpha, probably attempting to cause some trouble, being hunted and killed by Danlish. Charlie is being peppered from a ribboat, but not really doing that much damage. Delta is being held by an attack boat, and Echo is completely abandoned. Yeah, the Americans are not doing anything, honestly. Chinese are holding this very, very well. Although they don't have really much to do, they are holding on to Charlie, and Delta and Echo are pretty much left alone. We've got only Tom riding with Kirsten, possibly for the Echo flag. Question is if my cats will be able to get a lock on that boat. He's getting hunted away, my guess that is. It's in the Echo flag cap, but the little PVD is gonna get in there. They're still getting hit very, very hard by rockets. I'd say a little bird. Ethnic's securing the attack on Echo by taking down the Chinese little bird. With two little birds in there, one farmed by Ethnics, one other by Tom. Echo seems to be going American as well as Delta. Chinese are losing under heavy defense on Charlie now. $150 ticket lead they were able to secure by just focusing the forces on Charlie. So let's see what's happening now. The Echo flag is somewhat secured, but I think the Delta is gonna turn Chinese again. Current amount of Americans on Delta are insufficient to hold the Delta flag. At least if they're getting their asses into the flag cap. Seems like not the first time I've said this. Got Talil holding onto the stairs. And we got Juno and Core Company on the ground. Not quite sure if they're aware that Talil is up there, or Jay is on the ground. Currently they have Delta and Charlie, the Chinese. No push coming to the Echo flag. Jeff's attacking to take out Tom and the Little Bird. Successfully does so. But with Alpha, Bravo and Echo, let's see, Jess is maybe going to try and take an air capture here. He lost his ripper because he grabbed another little bird. Died doing so. Just still alive. Only Tom succeeded to get the little bird, and my cat is gonna die. One American little bird and two soldiers fighting over Echo. Meanwhile, we got two attack birds sitting out there firing towards Delta, respectively Charlie, pretty much locking in the enemies inside the buildings. Demolish is running with the Dragon Company, so it's the Dragon Company holding the two boats that are firing onto the buildings of Charlie and Delta. Not doing much else. We got a Chinese push still on Echo. Even if they lost their little birds, they seem to be able to fight against only Tom in the air. As they might be able to get that bleed. The flag is up at least. Let's see if only Tom can kill them. I doubt he can, at least from the air. This puts the Chinese back in the bleed with their Charlie Delta Echo formation. The Americans need to do something. Dragon Company have lost one of their boats and just lost the second boat to the DVD drop shots. Little Bird is in the air with Ethnics, getting fired on from the attack boat though. Echo is still being held, although only Tom is circling. He's not going to be able to kill Yard that's sitting downstairs, and with 1 versus 1, all he has to do is sit downstairs. Danielish in a ribboat, attempting to go for the backside of Delta. Meets some unexpected company, which he takes care of. Lee, who's still alive, and Danielish died. Just fighting off versus Blockhead and getting Juno to help. And this attack is probably going to end up a failure. Nathalis with company are fighting off Dragon on the shore. Tickets are bleeding away from their American side, and the Chinese are doing a bang up job in focusing their army where it's needed. Once again they've left Echo completely undefended, although Delta have some defense right now. Wildcats, Jets and Jarg dropped in on Alpha. Not quite sure what they're gonna do. Apparently get into a very, very wounded little bird. That's gonna burn up. And my cats are repairing this little bird. My cats died by Yarg repair tool. Yarg is trying to take off, successfully does so as well. That was an interesting kill. We got a friendly little bird just taking off, just as Ethne is coming in on a rib. He's gonna try and take out that little bird, which I think is gonna fail more rather attract attention. Just have 79 health left. He's gonna go for a little rib. Not quite sure if he's gonna get them in time. It seems like he did not. The flag is flashing, but with one more friendly on the ground. Oh, nice kills, but he died. Echo once again secured by fast response team from the Chinese. If they had not found that little bird, they might have gotten it. Americans fighting in on Delta. They got Chinese got an attack boat outside, but it does not seem like it wants to go into the fly cap area. Delta is completely grayed out, but there is currently a 200 ticket lead for the Chinese side. And the Americans need to hold their flags once they get the bleed. One little bird crash landing, and a completely crash landing and destroyed the little bird. And the attack was still outside, attempting to help, I'd say, but not doing very much shooting. We got Saddle, I believe it is, as well as Jay in the building. Macchiato fighting off versus Jay. Liu. Macchiato's still very much alive. Kills off Saddle. Liu is still alive. Liu is dead. Macchiato secured the defense. Charlie is getting hit next. The building is raised, but we still have survivors inside crawling about. The American seems to be more successful on the Charlie attack than they were on the Delta attack. Dragon Company fighting off versus Core Juno. We got Fury Divine coming in from the behind. Banging Crazy getting a double kill. And there's a lot of kills around Charlie Flag right now. The Charlie Flag is still Chinese. Once again, the Americans failed to get the bleed. And I think these failures are going to lead to the defeat of the American party and Saddle once again. The rounds are somewhat closer than they were in the last Dawnbreaker, but it's still this more decisive Fury Divine victory versus Saddle on the general sides. Blackwatch Dark Cypher is moving in the building. He's got only Tom, which have mostly been flying a helicopter. Inside, Charlie have been secured by the Americans now. Let's see if they can hold it versus now that the core members are moving in. We also got the Dragon Company, I believe. Fury Divine, Blockhead, Macchiato, Banging Crazy Juno. There is at least 2 Chinese squads here. Blackwatch and Core. Numbers are 13-13. And Charlie is back in the hands of the Chinese. Meanwhile, we've got a contest over Alpha Flag. It's been a while, but my cats and SPS are crashing the Charlie Flag. Alpha Flag, I mean. Alpha Charlie Delta, it's a 4 flag lead right now. And the American seems to be losing faster, not doing very much. Seem to be pushing a little bit on Charlie, which is well defended. They should have gone for another fly by now. I'd say that the Chinese are doing better in posting their troops where they're needed rather than forcing something that can't be done. They're going for the all cap with Bravo dropping. we got friendlies running in for the American sides, but Bravo froze halfway through the cap, still capping a little bit. They're losing Alpha doing this though, so they put the whole MyCats company over at Bravo. Still a free ticket lead, and with 2 gray flags for Americans, where one is actually going to go up Chinese. Still a 1 and 4. And this is it for the Americans. There is no way they would be able to capture 2 flags and win. Secondary victory for Fury Divine on Pacific Storm, which means the second map he completely dominated on. And I'd say the Fury Divine group are in some sort of a mood, because they are killing it. Alright, turning up the stream and I'll be